All right, good morning, y'all. Happy Monday. We are actually going to skip to chapter 10. This isn't normal in geometry, but since I might be missing school, I wanted to go ahead and skip ahead to an easier chapter, to do something easier before our final exam for the semester. So chapter 10 is about 3D figures, so we're going to be finding the volume and surface area of lots of different shapes. But before you can find the volume and surface area, we need to review how to find area. So today we're just going to remind ourselves how to find the area and perimeter of all of these different figures. So let's talk through some of these formulas here. First off, when I see A here, that stands for area. And then when I see the P, that stands for perimeter. Y'all have found the area and perimeter of these top figures a million times. So we have a triangle, a rectangle, and a square. Y'all, these formulas should look familiar. Same thing with the circle. These two figures right here are not as common. You may not have done them before, so I'm going to take some time to review. So this one right here, first off, look at the figure on the left and the right. What do you notice is the difference between the left figure and the right figure, besides the formulas? You'll notice they both have an H, so they both have a height, and they have bases. Notice on this left figure, the bases are the exact same. So this figure is called a parallelogram. And we call it a parallelogram because the opposite sides are parallel. So for the parallelogram, the top and bottom, we call these our bases, are congruent. So they're exactly the same. So if like this top is 5, the bottom is going to be 5. The top is 7, the bottom 7. That's a parallelogram. Now, this one right here is called a trapezoid. There's an R there. Trapozid. Trapezzoid. Sorry, I think I just spelled that wrong. Trapezzoid, a trapezoid. You'll notice the top and bottom are not congruent. So we can still find the area of it, it's just our formula is different. So like the top might be 5, the bottom might be 8. The top might be 10, the bottom might be 13. The top might be 15, the bottom might be 5. The difference between, or like how you pick out which formula to use, just look if my top and my bottom are either equal to each other or not equal to each other. And then we have a circle. Remember, the diameter is the whole thing, and then the radius is just from the center to the outside. All right, let's find some areas. For all of these and all of our problems, you're going to round to 2 decimal places, which is called the hundredths place. All right, first one. What type of shape is this? Hopefully you were like, bam, it's a square. So we're just gonna use our formula for the area of a square. So area equals my side squared. So we have 8.5 squared. Plug that in your calculator. 8.5 squared is 72.25. And then remember, with area, we always do our units squared. So we have feet squared. And that is your answer for number 1. All right, number 2. What type of figure do I have here? We've done a million of triangle problems. So we have a triangle, which means that we have 1/2 my base times my height. So let's plug in those units. My base is 15 and my height is 21.3. You can just plug this in your calculator. And for me, the easiest way to do it is to do 15 times 21.3 and then divide that by 2, because dividing by 2 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/2. And you get 159.75 units squared, so meters squared. All right, number 3. We're getting a little bit trickier here. What type of shape do I have in number 3? you'll notice we have a top and a bottom. Is that top and the bottom congruent, or is it not congruent? They're both 12.9, which means that they are congruent, which means that we have a parallelogram. So we just want to use this formula right here. So let's write the name of our figure. We have a parallelogram. So my area is going to be my base times my height. So let's plug those in. So we have base, which is 12.9, times my height, which is 7.1. You can put that in your calculator and you're going to get 91.59. And don't forget your units squared, so inches squared. All right, number 4. What type of shape do I have here? It's a circle. Duh. Now, let's look. This 26, is that talking about a diameter or a radius? Hopefully y'all remember this back from like chapter 1 or 2. Since it is the whole length of the circle, it's the diameter. So if my diameter is 26, we're going to take half of that, which is 13, to be my radius. So my area of a circle is pi times r squared. So we get pi times 13 squared, or 169 times pi. When y'all are doing this, make sure you use that pi key on your calculator. Don't just type in 3.14 because it'll mess up your rounding. So type in 169 times pi in your calculator, and you get 530.93 yards squared. All right, this is the last problem that I'm doing on the video. Number 5. This one looks crazy, but I want you to look. I have a top and I have a bottom, and then I have a height. Are my top and my bottom equal to each other? No, they are not. Which means that you're gonna have a trapezoid. So if my area is 1/2 my height times base 1 plus base 2. All right, let's plug in some numbers here. So my area equals 1/2. My height is the distance from the top to the bottom, so that's going to be 16. My base plus my base is going to be 19 plus 27. Plug this into your calculator by first combining what's in the parentheses. So you're going to do 19 plus 27, then multiply that times 16, then multiply that times 1/2, and you should get 368 centimeters squared. Alright, I have done more than enough problems here. You can figure out this one, find the area of number 6 on your own, then find the area of number 7. Be careful, the height is going to be the distance from the top to the bottom, so that's going to be 14. And then the base is the bottom length. And then number 8, just be careful whether you're picking out whether it's a trapezoid or a parallelogram. All right, one more hint for you. Number 9, this is just half of a circle. So find the area of the entire circle and then divide it by 2. Number 10, it's either a parallelogram or a trapezoid. If it helps you out, you can rotate it so it's easier to see. All right, so I want you all to find the areas of numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then come back and there's going to be a quick video explaining how to do these word problems.